Good day, Squires. Hope you're well, and welcome to the second unboxing video for BattleTech. This is BattleTech Tabletop. I was going to call it BattleTech A Game of Armored Combat then, because it does say that on the box, but I'm not sure if that is the full name for the tabletop. I think it's just what this box set is called. For anyone that has seen the previous video, you're probably already aware of what this is. This is basically the core starter set, or what I would consider the core starter set for the tabletop. There is a smaller set which is called BattleTech Beginner Box, where you get two little mechs in it, and the quick start rules, but I would consider this to be the best sort of introduction to the tabletop. If you're looking to get into the tabletop, this is the one that I would recommend to start with. Unfortunately, this one is actually a bit more than the beginner box. The beginner box was $19.99 in terms of dollars. In pounds, it was about £17. I think that's what it came to. And this one, unfortunately, is obviously more, but it's because you get more in it, so it's worth it at the end of the day. You get 15. This is $59.99 in terms of dollars. I picked this up for about 40 something pounds in sterling pounds. We're not going to go over the back because there's no point, because we're going to unbox it ourselves and go through the contents ourselves rather than just go through the back here. But before we do, what we will do is we're going to admire that beautiful artwork like we did with the last box, because the artwork on these boxes are absolutely beautiful. Including the Clan Invasion one, which we will do after this. Not on the same video. This will be in the next video. The Clan Invasion one. We're gonna cover this one for this video. It may not be as long as the previous unboxing, because a lot of the stuff in here is basically covering the same stuff, except it goes into more detail. But the contents are pretty similar. Anyway, like I said, this artwork is gorgeous, and I love the way Catalyst Games do this with their box sets, because if I was new to the tabletop, or if I was just new to tabletop games in general, and I walked into a hobby store, model shop, whatever you want to call it, and I was looking along the shelves, this would really grab my attention. I mean, yes, it's got mechs on it, and I'm a sucker for mechs, but let's put that aside. The artwork is beautiful. It really does grab your attention. It's so nice to look at. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just absolutely beautiful to look at. I mean, on here you got yourself a Battlemaster, Crumpin, unfortunately, a Catapult, which is unfortunate because the Catapult is one of my favourites in terms of Innisphere mechs, and possibly one of my favourites in the BattleTech universe. We've got a Locust there on the front. We got a Shadowhawk in the back, blasting away at... I can't tell if he's blasting at that or not. Doesn't look like that angle. It looks like it's coming up here somewhere, so I guess there would be something here behind his shoulder that it's shooting at. I don't know, because that is definitely not for scale. And over here you've got what is left of, I think, a Griffin. That looks like a Griffin there, but I can't quite tell. It's not much of it is shown, but from that little cockpit right there, it looks like a Griffin. Anyway, guys, yeah, I really, cannot say enough about the artwork. So Catalyst, if anyone from Catalyst does watch this video, keep this up. I love seeing this artwork. It's absolutely beautiful. Right, so let's get into the actual box itself. I will put this aside. Right, so like I said, it's pretty similar to what we had before. You got your novel, which is just like a short story for the universe of BattleTech. There you go. You can pause it if you want to, guys, and read the back of it to see if it's something that interests you or not. That's called Ice Storm. It's got two Wolverines there, from what I can tell, on the front, battling it out. That looks like two Wolverines. I might be wrong. I can't quite tell what that is, but that does look like a Wolverine from the back to me. Okay, so you got your novel. Put that there. You got your Alpha Strike cards, which these are different. These are not included in the beginner box. Excuse me. Yeah, these are not included in the beginner box. That got into the camera there. These are not included in the beginner box. what was I saying? I've totally lost track of thought. Yeah, so these ones, like I said, are not included in the beginner box, but if you're going to play in the Alpha Strike rules, which is what I play, these are the kind of things that you're looking for. You get these in most like the extra booster boxes. So, I mean, if you don't have the cards, you can just look online. There's a website called Master Units List, which you can find all the cards on, or all the stats, I should say, and you can sort of get them that way. But we'll cover these in just a second, guys, so don't worry if you can't see them that well. We've got... obviously, there's nothing much to say about them. You've got some dice, the basic dice. You will probably want more of these. You'll probably want to get like a big old box with loads of dice, because 2 dice, I'm totally honest, is going to slow the game down considerably. So I would highly recommend getting yourself more dice if you don't have any. But yeah, nothing to say about them. You've got your Piece de la Resistance, which we will come to in just a second. These are your models for this box set, but we'll put them over here where you can't see them. Yeah. And we'll come to those in just a second. We've got your primer set. Sorry, your primer primer booklet, I should say. This is much the same as it was before. It's just basically, I guess, some background information on the BattleTech universe. You've got, again, your little map of the Inner Sphere, talking about all your different houses. You've got information or background information on how the Inner Sphere came to be. This is going over the Star League. You've got little pages dedicated to each house, and just giving you the background information on those houses. You've even got some information on mercenaries. I mean, I think we all know what mercenaries are, so I don't know what it would actually say in there. I'm not going to read through it, but there you go. You've got information on your mercenaries. You've got information on your battle mechs, on what they are. You've got information on mech warriors, about them. This page here, this next one, you've got basically what this is it just sort of showing you the other booklets you can get. Oh, I lost the booklet again. There we go. Right. It's because it's so slick. It's done it again. It's done it again. It's so slick. It's because it's new. And it's so slick, the pages. It just slides. These are basically other booklets you can get. That is more or less the rules. Or at least I think that's just the rules again. That expands on the rule book that you get in this box. It's kind of information on how to use vehicles and things like that. So you can use airborne units and like tanks and all that kind of jazz. That Succession Wars readout one, sorry, technical readout one, I think that's more or less just information on the mechs, and it just basically gives you a whole booklet on all the stats of the mechs, really. It's kind of like, yeah, it's basically just like stat cards, really, on the mechs. At least I think it is. I might be wrong on that, but that's kind of what I'm gathering from it. Again, if I'm wrong, guys, someone put it in the comments. And there's the Alpha Strike one that I was talking about. That is the game mode that I would recommend to start off with, guys. If you're new to the tabletop, in any way, shape, or form, if you're new to tabletop games, or if you're new to BattleTech, I would recommend starting off with this, especially if you've come from playing Games Workshop's Warhammer. If you play Warhammer, this is very reminiscent of it. So I would really recommend to start off with this. You can get the rulebook for this as a PDF form or physical form. The PDF, I think, on Catalyst Games Workshop site is Catalyst Games site, sorry, is about $15 roughly. I know I got mine for around a tenner. That's in sterling pounds, so I think it's around $15. So it's not that much if you want to, play Alpha Strike. And on the back, you've got some information. Oh, I don't want to bend it. It's basically just advertising, of the novels, I guess, the books. I've not read any of them. I've nearly finished Forever Faithful, because that's the current one that I'm listening to. I'm not, by the way, going to try and sell you Audible, guys, but I do have it on Audible because I got the free trial and I've just been listening to it on Audible. Because you get 2 free books on that. So I got Forever Faithful and I don't remember what the other one was. There was another one, but I got 2 BattleTech novels for free just because I wanted to get more information on the BattleTech universe. Anyway, so that is the primer. So I'll set that down there. Next up, you've got your rulebook. Oh, sorry, I just hit the camera. I'm so sorry. Anyway, that is your rulebook. Again, it's basically the same as what you'd get in the beginner box. It's just got more information. As you can see, it's considerably thicker, so it goes more into detail with basically everything. But again, I would recommend ignoring this, getting the Alpha Strike rulebook and playing Alpha Strike. But you know, it's everyone to their own. This version of the game is, like I said, slower. It's kind of more technical. There's a lot more sort of calculating and things like that. So maybe that's, you know, right up people's, you might like that. That might be the kind of thing that you're into. And if that is, just go for it. You know, it's fine, whatever. I'm not saying you have to prefer one over the other. I'm just saying what I prefer. And personally, I prefer the Alpha Strike because the games are quicker. There's less calculating, and from what I've seen for the normal version of the tabletop, this version, the games can go on for ages, and there's a lot of hiding, and not much happens for some time. So, yeah, like I said, I would recommend ignoring this, getting the Alpha Strike, starting with Alpha Strike, and then you can probably move on to this. But that's just the way I would do it. But again, each their own. On the back of it, you've got basically some pictures of just some paint jobs on some of the mechs that have come in the box set, and I really like this because this is something that a lot of tabletops don't do anymore. They've cheaped out on these kind of pages. They just have the rules, the bog standard rules, and that's it. And they don't have any of these like pages anymore. And I used to love looking through, for example, the old, I think it was 4th edition of Warhammer. They used to have literal pages upon pages of just this. And I love seeing this. It's so nice, you know, just to see other people's sort of paint jobs and what they've done, and you can get some ideas on what you want to do for painting yourself. It's just nice. It's just a extra nice little thing that they should do. And, you know, tabletop companies should not cheap out on these kind of pages. Even if you're only going to do like 3 or 4 pages of it, that's fine. I just like seeing this kind of stuff. Anyway, so that is the rulebook, guys. So we'll put that back down there. We've got the record sheet. Now this is what I was saying. The Succession Wars technical readout book that I was talking about a minute ago basically will be, as far as I'm aware, full of these. You might want to double check that, guys, but as far as I'm aware, it's going to be full of these. This is just basically your stat sheets for all your mechs that come in this box set. You've got your damage diagrams, both your armor and your internal structure. You've got your hit table, which is all here. You've got your weapon, your weapons and equipment that it comes with all here. It's basically, that's all it is. It's just to keep track of the damage and everything that's going on in the game. Like I said, it covers all the mechs you've got in this box. What you should do, guys, if you're going to do this, if you're going to use this for the standard version of the tabletop, what I'd recommend to do is photocopy these and use the photocopies and not draw on these ones. Purely because, you know, even if you're using a pencil, eventually you're going to start to wear down the paper, and I would just say photocopy. It'd be so much easier. On the back, you've got a record sheet for it's a blank record sheet, basically, so you can put your own mech on there, you can do your own customization and add on the weapons that you want, etc, etc. So that's kind of what that is for at the back, which is nice. They've added that. Again, I would do the same thing and photocopy that. You got your tables, basically. This is just your tables for the game. It just makes things easier when you're playing a match. This is just like your attack modifiers table, your hit location table, cluster hits, you know, attack modifiers and well, actually, that's 2 attack modifiers. What you got here? Oh, that's physical attacks. Okay, that's physical attacks. Fair enough. So yeah, basically it's just your table of what you need to roll and, you know, what each roll means in terms of the game. Anything on the back? Yeah, you got some more tables on the back. Again, same thing. It's just all your modifiers, really. It just makes the game easier, so you don't need to go flicking through all the pages in the book to find out what's, you know, what each dice roll is. Actually, let's have a quick little look at something. I'm just wondering if this is for the normal tabletop or Alpha Strike. And I think it's the same. I think in terms of the tabletop, or in terms of the tabletop versions, I think it's the same. It's not going to make any difference. Yeah, because it's not going to make any difference because you still roll on the dice. So yeah, this will be applicable. At least I can tell you that. Let's see. Yeah, so some of this definitely is applicable. Not all of it. Or is it? Sorry, guys. No, I think this is just for the standard tabletop. I don't think this would work for Alpha Strike, actually. Yeah, no, this wouldn't work for, because you've got your movement modifiers here, and it's all done in hexes. So, unfortunately, guys, no, you couldn't use this for the Alpha Strike. Oh, well. It'd be nice if they did do that on the back. Yeah, it'd be really nice if they actually gave you the table for the Alpha Strike game as well. But unfortunately, it's not. But that's really what it is, guys. It just shows you what you need to roll for each thing. So it supplements the book, really. Again, just like in the beginner box, you've got your maps that you play on. These ones are bigger than your last one. These are considerably bigger, actually, than the beginner box. If you really want to, you could put the maps together and make 2 of them, but I mean, I'm not going to even be able to get them all on the screen, as you can see. You've got a desert one, just like in the beginner box set, and you've got a, I suppose you could say like a wooded / field / hill, a rolling hills kind of one, I suppose, maybe. Yep, so that's what that is. Again, they are larger than the beginner box as far as I'm concerned. They seem it. I might be wrong on that, but they do seem a lot bigger. So you got that. And you've also got another one, which is much the same. It's just another map selection. Again, you can buy these. If you are playing the standard tabletop version, guys, you can buy these maps from Catalyst on their website, or I suppose you can get them on Amazon and things like that as well. But yeah, you can get like a pack of maps, and it gives you different maps to play on. See, what I would prefer to do if I did play this table or this version of it more, I would actually make a solid one, because I just don't like playing on these paper maps. They're not for me. I would much rather just do each section like this. In fact, that's probably what you could do. You could get each section like this, right, guys? Cut it off, get a bit of cardboard that's the equivalent size, and stick it to the cardboard and make it almost like a puzzle, so you can put it together on the tabletop. Because I just don't like having the paper. It's not for me. Anyway, that's that. And then in here, you've got, again, something familiar. Something similar to what you had in the beginner box. You've got your little pop-outs for your mechs. These are usable as... basically, they just replace your plastic mechs. You can just use the same thing. So if you really wanted to, you could have one team of cardboard ones versus one team of plastic minis. Or you could, mix and match them however you choose. These here, I'm just making sure I don't pop these out. These here are terrain modifiers. So if you're playing on the map set, the paper map set, you can sort of add different bits of water and cover, etc. to the map and just change it up a little bit. So that's what that is. Of course, you've got your mech pop-outs, which you've got a Thunderbolt, a Wolverine, Thunderbolt, Griffin. Now, I'm going to say this, guys. I'm really confused as to why this Griffin is in here, because you've got the Griffin in here, and in the stat sheet, you also have the Griffin stat sheet, but you don't have a plastic mini of the Griffin in this box set, in this one. Yet you do get the Griffin in the beginner box, and as far as I'm concerned, considering that this is a better version of the beginner box, you should really get a Griffin mini in here. But I guess that's one way Catalyst is how Catalyst are doing it, to try and make you buy the other box set, I guess. It's not really at the end of the day worth buying the other box set if you've already got this, but I did because it gives me a spare Wolverine and it also gives me a Griffin. So anyway, you've got your Thunderbolt, you've got your Griffin, you've got your Catapult, you got your Battlemaster, you got your Shadowhawk, you got your Commando, your Wolverine, your Locust, and your Awesome. Again, it's all exactly the same, bar the Griffin of what you've got in the box as plastic figures. On the reverse side, it's just the back of the mechs, and you've also got the desert modifiers. Obviously, on this side, you've got the Rolling Hills map modifiers. So that is that, guys. That is everything in the box. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some of the stuff we've already got out and haven't really covered that much. Apologies, I didn't mean to hit that. I'm hitting everything today. I'm hitting the camera, I'm hitting the mic, everything's going everywhere. Right. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to go over, I think, these. We'll go over the Alpha Strike cards. Now, I was talking about these in the previous unboxing video, guys. With these are kind of what you want. They're like condensed versions of the stat sheets, the big old white stat sheets that I showed you. That's what they are, and that's why the game of Alpha Strike is quicker than your normal, what do you call it? Your normal sort of BattleTech tabletop games. With these, they are dry wipe. So what you're supposed to do, let me just put that up towards the camera. What you're supposed to do is when they take damage, you're supposed to like leave a little mark on these. The A stands for armor and the S stands for structure. So you go through the armor first and go into the structure. And you're supposed to put a little dry wipe pen mark on each one that's been damaged. So that's how you tick off and you know how much damage it's taken. What I would recommend to do, guys, instead of doing that, because I know they're dry wipe, but I wouldn't constantly use them, and I wouldn't constantly put the pen on it just in case it starts to wear and it stays on the card. So what I would suggest to do is get some of these. So these are card sleeves. They're just your standard plain, I don't know what you want to call it, your trading card game card sleeves. These are actually a tiny bit, I would say, too small for these. So, if you are going to get them yourself, just make sure you're getting the right sort of size. These I got from a local shop, but you can get these on Amazon, you can get these in loads of places. So what I would suggest to do is get these and choose which side you're going to use, because you've got the Awesome on that side. I don't know why you've got the Awesome and the Battlemaster there. It's a bit strange on the same card. But anyway, you can pick which one you want. So let's just say I wanted the Battlemaster, yeah? The 1G. Put it in the sleeve. Like so. And that way, you can still read it. You can still get everything out of it. And that way, if you've got your dry wipe pen, you mark it. If it doesn't come off, if it gets stuck on there and you can't get it off the pen, you take them out the sleeve and you put them in another one. So you would, like I said, this is a bit finicky because they're not quite the right size. They're just big enough to fit them in there. But you'd take the card out and then you'd get, another sleeve and, put it into that sleeve. And that way you haven't damaged the card. So that's what I'd recommend to do, guys. And I've become a bit of a collector of these cards. I don't know if I've still got it lying around somewhere. I don't see it. Where is my... No, I won't be right back, guys, because I'm not streaming. I don't need to do that. Basically, I've got a little folder it's basically an old Pokemon card folder that I managed to dig out from the attic. And I've got the little sleeves. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Bear with me. Like that. But I've actually got a folder, and I just put all the cards in these like little sleeves. So that's what I've done with my my cards anyway. Again, if you've got a folder like that, I would say it's probably better over these little sleeves, because you can just take the whole folder with you and then pick the page that you want, make sure it's got all the mechs that you're using, and just draw on that instead. But anyway, that's what I would do. So anyway, you got your Battlemaster. Obviously, you got your Awesome on the back of that. Thunderbolt and an alternate Thunderbolt. You got Catapult and alternate Catapult. You got the K2. Oh, you get the K2 there. Okay, fair enough. I wasn't expecting it to be the K2. I thought it was going to be the C1 and maybe the C4. That's what I was gonna expect from that. But no, you've got the K2, you've got the Wolverine, you've got your Shadowhawk, your Griffin, your Commando, your Locust. And just like before, you've got your pilot cards giving you a little bit of fluff there, as you can see. A little bit of fluff. And then you've actually got your useful pilot abilities which you can use. Anyway, that's that. But again, I would also find some little sleeves to put those in. That's what I'm going to do at least, because I don't want to damage the cards. But that's, yeah, that's everything you get in the little cards packet. So now, the event, the one you've all been waiting for, and I know you've been on the edge of your seats, and you've been foaming at the mouth, waiting for this to happen. We've got, get rid of that, your mechs. Your actual plastic mechs. The main event and the reason you're probably going to buy the box set, let's be honest. So, in terms of the mechs, they are, again, remolds. They're Catalyst game ones. They're not the same as your Piranha Games MechWarrior Online or your Battletech PC. I don't really know what the company is. I can't remember what it's called. Harebrained Studios, I think it is. They're remolds. They're different, and I like them because they look better as minis. I think there's... As much as I do like the sort of 3D printed MechWarrior Online models, I think these are better for minis because there's more detail, there's more things going on the model, and it sort of brings it out a bit more. So anyway, you got your Shadowhawk. I'm going to do that because that way it focuses better. So there's your Shadowhawk mini. I really like the Shadowhawk. I really, really do. And in the tabletop of Alpha Strike, that thing is pretty solid, actually. It's a pretty good thing for the points that you're paying for it. It's a really, really good mech to have in your army. You got your Catapult. And I love the Catapult. It's just so nice. I really like the curved... let me just do that again. I really like the way this is like really sleek and slender. I do like the one for MechWarrior Online. I'm not going to lie. I do like the whole boxy thing, but I also I'm a sucker for the sort of slenderness of this one. Let's do that again. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. So, put that there. Let me just get that mouse out of the way. Again, sorry guys for having it on my desk and not having it on like a proper table for it. But unfortunately I don't have the room and I've got nowhere nice to sort of set it up. And this is again where all my lights are, so it's just easier. You've got a Commando. There's your Commando mini. You got a Locust, which looks considerably different from the MWO one. Very, very different. Still nice nonetheless. There's your Locust. You got your Thunderbolt. Again, hopefully it'll focus. There we go. There's your Thunderbolt. You got your Wolverine. Oh, again, focus, focus, focus. There we go. That's exactly the same as the Wolverine that you get in the beginner box. There's no difference to that. You got your Awesome, which is one of my favourite assault mechs. I love the Awesome. Yep, so there's your Awesome. And lastly, you got your Battlemaster. Again, focus, Mr. Camera. There we go. There we go, that's much better. Yeah, so there's your Battlemaster. So if you've not already noticed, what the box set gives you is it gives you 2 light mechs, you got two medium mechs, sorry, and 2 assault and 2 heavy. So your lights, your mediums, your heavy, your assault. So that way what you can do is if you don't want to use the paper pop outs and you're playing with someone and you learn the rules with someone, you can sort of divide them up. You can have, you know, one team of, you know, you can take 1 assault, 1 heavy, 1 light, 1 medium to each team, like so. So you got your light, your medium, your heavy, and your assault. Your light, your medium, your heavy, and your assault. But yeah, that's really it, guys. That's everything that's in the box set. If I'm totally honest, now that I've unboxed it and gone through it, it's strengthened my opinion on this considerably. This is really, in my opinion, the best one to start off with. So if you are going to get into the tabletop, I recommend getting this box set, because like I said, you got some really nice mechs, you get more, and you've got, you can divide them up. So you can either use that as 2 different teams and play with someone who doesn't have their own models, or you could put them together, and if someone's got their own models, then you've got yourself a pretty hefty team, to be fair. And then on top of that, you've got your paper cutouts, so your cardboard pop-outs. So yeah, you can, even if they don't have their own models, you can still play large scale battles. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, if you are going to get into the tabletop, get the Alpha Strike book. Get the Alpha Strike, learn the Alpha Strike rules, and that is, in my opinion, the better game, not only to play, but just to start off with. That's just my honest opinion of it. So yeah, for the price, not bad. I like it, and I've got to get around to painting those. I can't wait to get around to painting those. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Pop it in the comments if you've got anything to say on it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.